Welcome back to They Did What? Your source of the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over a story titled, My Wife Asked for a Divorce and She's Probably Having an Affair. And a shout out to AM for sending this story. And guys, this story is about a husband and father who is now ready to fight fire with fire. He is now ready for the divorce that his wife, out of nowhere, says she suddenly wants. They've been married for 20 years. They have 2 kids together, like a teenage girl and a young boy, like 7 or 8. Thought he had a great marriage and was already making major sacrifices for her and the family. And like that, she's ready to toss him aside. Like that. And worse, has become just so vicious and nasty towards the guy, even though that was out of her character. However, when a guy's pushed too far, now he's hiring the shark attorneys and all that. And as I've been going to go over here, guys, a good story to share of how multiple lessons here. Number one, how I don't care how great your girl may be, she has it in her to go absolutely vicious, become malicious when she suddenly wants to be gone and, in her mind create you as a bad guy. And you must be prepared for that. 2, the clear-cut signs about obviously when someone's cheating on you, which you're going to see. 3, you must be prepared to go to war when there's no other alternative to protect yourself and what you fought for and your kids and all that. Oh, and yes, and number 4 is that you cannot be one of those guys that gives up everything to try to make your wife or girl happy. The classic situation is the guy will give up everything, sacrifice everything for his family, but then the wife will be happy to sacrifice her family for Chad or Tyrone or whatever. You can't do that. It always blows up in a guy's face. There has to be a line drawn with what you're willing to do. I mean, a good husband and father will take care of his family and obviously reciprocate if the wife's being great, but still you can't just throw it all away to make her happy. That crap happens in the movies and sounds romantic to some people, but the guys that do that always get burnt pretty bad. So it starts off, says here, I never thought I'd post this kind of stuff on Reddit. Here I go. I'll try to be concise, plus keep in mind English is not my native language. For context purposes, my wife is 47, I'm 45. We have a 13-year-old girl and a 7-year-old boy, married for 20 plus years. Okay, the dude's nearly my age. 20 plus years are together. We live in, he says, EC, South America, so I'm assuming he means Ecuador. About 1.5 years ago, I had to migrate to Spain since there aren't any good jobs in my country for men my age. I was an advertising director over there. She had a stable job at a jewelry store for 25 years. Having a job in my country is for that long is, to say the least, being very lucky. Well, our plan was to migrate to Europe since EC has become unstable and dangerous because of economic and delinquency issues. And I was going to be the one to test the waters first. Okay, now, obviously, prospects are not so good where he lives, but still he is going another part of the world to start over for his family and all. That's a huge deal. At first, everything seemed to be okay. Having a long-distance relationship is hard, and let me tell you, soon she started to behave differently. More melancholic, I'd say. Yet she was always been flirty and sexy around me, and we both shared pictures and sexy audios with each other to keep the flame lit. So he eventually is noticing that the long-distance thing is not easy. Well, anybody could tell you that. But they are married, and they have kids, and he thought, okay, 20 years, we can make it work. After June 2024, she stopped saying I love you, and after all the conversations, both spoken and on chat applications. Then in July, she reverted her name to her maiden name on social media, and later she started using a pseudonym. What the fuck? Yeah, this is when this guy probably needs to come back home. Yeah, that quickly like that, right? No more I love yous, big sign. You can tell it was, it was just slowly going down with her behavior, being more sad and not so happy to talk to him. Then no more I love yous, changing her maiden name. What do you think's going on? In September last year, she called me to tell me they had fired her. The deal was good since they transferred ownership of the jewelry store to her as payment, plus a hefty part of the jewelry stock. So in other words, there was no reason to migrate for her. I told her I would then work in Spain for another 6 months to save some cash, return home, and look for a job without neglecting economic responsibilities. Well, in her mind, she got obviously, they closed the store down, but she got a nice big chunk of, obviously, the value of the inventory, I guess, the jewelry. She probably sold it, and some of the what they sold it for went to her. So guess what? She doesn't need them anymore. Well, November arrived, the month of my birthday. She sent on November 1st a ton of sexy and red-hot pictures to me saying Happy November. Plus, she sent me a gift, an envelope containing her underwear and her favorite perfume, and a family picture collage with my kids, friends, and we two with us in the center, with a message together forever. At the back, she wrote, "We love you," and she signed with my kids. So I was like, okay, things are better now. Maybe she's just going through a tough time because she lost her job and everything like that. No, what she's doing is love bombing him. What was really going on behind the scenes is when all the I love you stopped and all that, and obviously her behavior changed and changing her name on social media to her maiden name and then a pseudonym. Obviously something was going on, and now she's bombing him to keep him off her trail. Well, I decided to travel in November, and she knew it, but it was going to be a surprise for the kids. As soon as I arrived, they went nuts, crying and hugging me and kissing me. Yet she was incredibly cold, just smiling from a distance. Hey, what happened to all the love bombing and her sending her underwear and perfume and all that shit just 1 month earlier? When they went to sleep, she asked me for a divorce. Boom. Right there. Right there. Like he was nothing to her. He says, and close to Christmas Day. She was even terribly mean to me and seemed in her language and values like another person, trying to force me to have you-know-what without loving me and showing me a vibrator. She's never had one, telling me, look, I've replaced you, while laughing. She showed you her vibrator and said, look, I replaced you, and laughing at him? Holy freaking shit, she's mean. Like that, guys? Look how... What tells me is just resentment for him has been building up over the years. And obviously, he made more money back then than her at the jewelry store, but she got a big payout upon the sale. Doesn't need him anymore. Just like that. Meanwhile, he was working in another country away from his family to help to provide a better life or to get things rolling for a better life. This is why you don't throw it all away for your family to make your wife happy or whatever the saying is. She's throwing it all away for nothing. Well, after a terrible Christmas, I returned to my Spain job, and she asked me to start the divorce formalities. Plus, she didn't want to invest a dime in those, and yet she's the one asking for the divorce. Well, you know what, man? Control the narrative. Control everything. She never wanted to discuss or disclose the reasons why, yet as soon as I returned to Spain, she started going to the gym even 3 hours a day, and she absolutely hates the gym. She then went 100% witch mode, saying she won't pay for any spousal debts we have on credit cards and such. Oh, yes, you will, asshole. And notice that he says she hates the gym, meaning she probably was always a little overweight after the kids. But now all of a sudden she's going to the gym and he's claiming 3 hours a day. I don't know what she's doing 3 hours a day at the fucking gym, but fine. Yeah, there's another guy. And nobody throws it all away like this unless she got a major payout, like enough money to live the rest of her life, which I doubt, or won the lottery. There's some other guy. Come on here. She never wanted to discuss the reasons, yet as soon as I returned to Spain, she started... Oh, I read that part. She even started insulting me and sending me very dark messages about me and my life. One of my cousins is a very famous psychologist in Florida and told me all these patterns of conduct and personality changes are definite symptoms of affair fog, and I deserve better and to contact a lawyer. You're damn right, contact a lawyer. And affair fog? Try bitch fog. She is going psycho. And what she's doing is she is just going purely malicious, vicious to get rid of this guy. Just to make sure that there's no possibility that he want to stick around so she can move on and be with the guy she really wants to be with. But right there, guys, your whole life you think everything's good. I'm convinced the entire time she was with him, because obviously he made more money than her until things got bad in Ecuador. And probably she was cheating on him before. And I'd be questioning those kids are his. But this poor guy and the poor kids. You think she cares about the kids? Nope. Needless to say, I contacted a shark of an attorney to defend what part of the cash of the assets belong to me, and I'm getting divorced. I'm also protecting the house for the kids to live in, so she cannot sell it, nor rent it, nor bring any partners in. Good, man. You have to accept it's over. I mean, think about this, guys. You with somebody for 20 years, that's a long freaking time, and you have kids with them, and you thought things were good, and just like that, they can turn on you. And some people, I guarantee, are like, oh, she was midlife crisis, bipolar, in other words, making excuses for her actions. Bull crap. You have to, at this point, fight fire with fire. I'm crushed because she hasn't been freaking honest for a darn second after I migrated, plus she doesn't have the guts to tell me the truth until this day. She shared the trust in all of our plans. I feel like all my sacrifices have been in vain. I want to know details, but I guess that would be pain shopping at this point, as it's obvious she's infatuated with someone else. Dude, it's over. You don't need to know all these awful... I know it's driving you crazy and keeping you up at night. A lot of guys are like that. But what are the details going to do? It's over. And even if she wasn't cheating, the fact that she's been so nasty and malicious to you, you can't stay with somebody like that. There's a point of no return, and that is it. I'm going to therapy. Also, I've disclosed the divorce with close family and friends from both sides. It was a shock to my mother-in-law, who loves me like a son. She suspected something and said her daughter has changed, and we cried together. Even her sister is against this and recognizes my wife as being selfish and purposely hurtful. I feel like I'll never be able to regain trust in people again. And that is the end of this right now. And I guarantee there's going to be more going on. I'm going to read comments in a second. But so the point I'm trying to make here, and again, guys, if you see updates to this, let me know. There's a point of no return. And obviously when there's cheating involved, there's no return. And if there wasn't cheating involved, the way she's so nasty to him and threw him away like garbage, and it's amazing how they can throw guys away like garbage like he meant nothing to them. I'm sure some of you have experienced that. That also is a point of no return. And you have to be prepared to go to war. And you need to hire a shark of attorney. And that's where having money helps. And you got to be prepared for war, because guess what? You guys have heard countless stories of how these husbands didn't think it'd be a big deal, and the wives went malicious and hired the shark of an attorney and took him for everything. And I feel bad for those kids, a 13-year-old girl, 7-year-old boy. But at the end of the day, they can't stay together. So, what's the lesson here again, guys? Don't give it all away. Don't sacrifice all your life, your love, and everything for your wife or your girlfriend, because they'll throw it all away in a heartbeat to make themselves better. No, she doesn't care about the kids. How absolutely they'll cheat on you and don't care about it. How they can go malicious just like that. And there was something else, but I can't quite remember here. Oh, yeah, you got to go to the mattresses. Now some comments here. One guy says here, she doesn't tell the truth because the divorce isn't finalized and she's worried about her share she'll get. It clearly is all about the money and the new love she found. She's deceptive and will come back to you begging for forgiveness in less than a year. Be sure to record what she's saying to you now so that you can say the same things to her and also tell the kids when they'll be old enough, like 16 plus. Yeah, I forgot to say that. I guarantee you that she'll be back. This dude who she's obviously having an affair with, because there's an affair going on here. Eventually, guys like that who are knowingly doing a married woman will get rid of her when all of a sudden, because the excitement of her no longer being married is there, because guys enjoy that. These scumbags do. And she'll come back crying to this guy, and this guy cannot take her back, because otherwise she'll do it again. And he's controlling the narrative, which is good, but he also has to tell his kids the truth. Another one, this guy says, sorry, OP, here you are trying to make a better life for you and your family while your wife is taking full advantage of the situation. I bet you'll find there was someone else just waiting to take their shot once they knew that you were out of the country. Most likely someone she worked with. Probably. To me, this sounds like her having a midlife crisis. To flip a switch just like that and burn your marriage to the ground, she believes she's trading up. She also got, obviously, a lot of money, which probably in her mind's a lot of money from the sale of that business and the cut she got from it. So she's thinking she's rich, but a lot of people will get a bunch of money in a short period of time and think they're rich and have no idea how quickly that money can go. As a word of caution, when all falls apart, when her new man gets bored of his new toy and kicks her to the curb, she will try and come back. Ding, ding, ding. It says, OP, never take back a woman that leaves you for another man. In fact, you should now be doing a 180 gray rock thing. Make all her communication to you go through your lawyer. Use a court-approved parenting app to make visitation arrangements for the kids. Only speak with her when absolutely necessary. Make sure she knows you're no longer an option for her. Lastly, the best revenge is having a life well lived. Stay focused on your purpose and rebuild your life better than ever. At some point, you'll replace her with someone that has had better morals and loves you for the hard-working man that you are. Good luck, OP. No, see, a lot of these people, and I don't know if that was a man or a woman that said that, will think, well, you got to eventually get back on that horse and get somebody else. No, after all that, he doesn't need to get married again. What he needs to do is take care of himself and his kids. He's over in Spain, and obviously he's going to be there another 6 months. Lord knows what she can do when he's over there. But regardless, it's over, and he needs to go to war. But make sure those kids know that you love them, it's not their fault, and you're going to be there no matter what, and make sure you can custody them. And I'm willing to bet you, the way she's behaving, she'll probably be happy to give up those kids so she can be with her lover. And I'm telling you, and it always happens, the lover is going to dump her. So probably in future episodes here, we're going to find out about her getting kicked to the curb, and this guy hopefully smart enough to take her back. I hope he's not foolish enough to do that, because if he does, she's going to break him again, and frankly, he'll deserve what he gets. But anyhow, guys, you let me know about any updates here. But again, this goes to show you, this video, I'm doing this to show you, you may think your girl's different. They all have it in them to be this vicious and drop you like that if they want to. I'm not saying they're all going to do that, but they certainly have it in them. Be warned. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. And guys, you've seen an update to this or another good story, send it my way, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.